Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. We are in Panchadashi, Ajnana Khandana, ignorance denied, and we are looking at how there is nothing called ignorance. There is no possibility of existence of ignorance. Then what is that? What we are seeing? It is the one alone which is manifesting as many. In fact, it is one alone always, and that one alone is as if appearing as many, and that many we have taken to be real. When we take manyness to be real, it is called incomplete knowledge, aparavidya. Paravidya is coming to ascertain that the manyness is only the vibhuti, the play, the sport of the one. If you recognize this about yourself also, it will be beneficial. Rather than becoming serious and emotional about being a husband, being a wife, being a father, mother, daughter, sister, if you recognize that these are all nothing but the sport of one person, and maintain that one behind all these roles, be that one behind all those roles, you will not be affected by the roles. Just like the truth, even though it is manifesting as everything, is not affected. Just as the space accommodating everything, air, fire, water, earth, and its various permutation combinations, still remains unaffected. Just as water manifesting as totality, the ocean's individuality, the waves, remains unaffected as water. This recognition has to come about. And for that purpose, this chapter is there, that one must not hear the Jnaneshwar Maharaj from his high pulpit where he is established in the truth. We are all established in the truth. Today's meditation was how we are the eternal witness all the time. And we have to just be that. But instead, we are lost in everything else. I think we are in verse number 162, right? Or 163? 162. So, how the Supreme Self, irrespective of the conditions of seeing or not seeing, is essentially always of the nature of seeing, is stated in the next OV. Kim bahuna aise vastu bhalatiye dashe dekhatachi ase apana panate. In fact, the Atma Tattva always knows itself in any state, irrespective of everything. Now, Atma Tattva, that means the spirit, that means the conscious self, always knows itself in any state, irrespective of everything. You want to put everything under some umbrella. If you think of everything, it becomes huge. Oh my God, I don't know what everything is. It is infinite. But if you want to put this seemingly infinite creation, and so that you can deal with it, how do you put it? Is creation infinite? I'm asking. Is creation infinite?
Yes, Swamiji.
Okay, tell me how.
We have many varieties. We have.
But if I say, you all agree with him?
The truth is infinite.
Huh?
The truth is infinite, and the creation is nothing but truth. It is infinite.
Okay. Renuka?
When you say creation, that means it's created, that means it's finite.
Okay. See, both angles. So when we talk about creation, we are always looking away from ourselves, isn't it? We are looking outwards. We are looking at the variety, then only we talk about creation, isn't it? And what does that creation express as?
Nama Rupa.
Remember, Nama Rupa, correct. When you take it as Nama Rupa, it is infinite. You cannot know which one, where, why, God, I can't see that far away. It must be infinite. But if I want to contain this entire waking creation, can I? Can I limit it? Can I condition it? Yes, it is conditioned by space-time objectivity. But does this creation have a beginning or an end? If it has a beginning and an end, then it is limited, isn't it?
Yeah.
Then it cannot be infinite.
Yeah.
So is this creation infinite or limited?
How you take it, Swami?
No, you tell me. I'm asking you. I'm asking all of you.
It is continuous.
No, Renuka, you say first.
It is continuous, Swamiji.
Okay.
So it's born and live and die, which we see outside. And whatever we know, it is known, but then unknown also, it is created as well. So we can't say unknown is infinite.
Okay. I don't know where that is going. Next. Ravi?
It's infinite because it's continuous, Swamiji. It's happening.
Is it continuous? Tell me. Listen to your words. You said
it's not stopping. It's going and coming and going and coming.
So if it is going and coming, or coming and going, how can it be infinite? It is concluding. Anything that is coming into existence and going out of existence, how can it be infinite? Infinite means
creation process, no, Swamiji.
I didn't ask about process. I talked about creation. What you are experiencing right now. So wherever there is coming into existence and going out of existence, it cannot be infinite. The process of coming and going may be infinite. That is a different question. So even though this seemingly waking creation seems infinite, but I can contain it within the waking experience, because when the waking experience goes, this creation also goes. Then the dream creation begins. That also seems infinite, but when that dream experience ends, that also ends. Then the absence begins. That also seems infinite, but that also concludes when the waking happens. With regards to absence, just a limited understanding right now that it concludes. Because it cannot conclude, therefore it says that out of the deep sleep, the waking and dream have manifested. That is the source. So how are we looking at it? Who is knowing that this, if your attention is on the continuity of waker every day, yes, it is going on till you are alive. Still then it is not infinite, because after you go away, the waker will also go away, dreamer will also go away, sleeper will also go away. So if you take it as a principle in among all the people, as a principle, the waking principle, then also it is finite. But if you say, oh, but someone is always waking up, but you are not waking up. See? When our attention is on the aparavidya, when our attention is on on the creation, on the multiplicity, we can never come to ascertain the truth, that is its essence. Can never, because we are carried away, influenced by, attracted to, attached to, desirous of the various names and forms. So we have to come to, and through the creation, if we want to come to know the truth, through the creation, if we want to come to know the truth, we can never come to know the truth if it is not under a teacher who can guide your attention to the essence of the creation. See, when our attention is on the multiplicity, very difficult to ascertain the substratum beneath it, that is pervading it. Very difficult. And for that purpose, because we are not able to wean our attention away from the multiplicity and bring to the essential self, the indivisible self, the conscious self, therefore all the various sadhanas, Ashtanga Yoga, Kundalini Yoga, Kriya Yoga, Japa Yoga, Karma Yoga, what is that for? What is that which is making me hooked? What is hooked to the world? The mind is hooked to the world. So the mind projected the world and then got hooked to it. So all the sadhanas are about dissolving this mind. And as long as we are working on dissolving the mind, then chitta vritti nirodha iti yoga. Yes, you will feel some peace, you will feel some tranquility, you will be no disturbances within. But even merely quietness of the mind, if we haven't had the Vedanta samskar, till then quietness of the mind can also be taken as only a temporary state. Quietness of the mind is deep sleep also. Quietness of the mind can be lie also. Quietness of the mind can be coma also. In that quietness of the mind, the one who knows the mind is quiet, if our attention doesn't go on to that fellow, to that person, to that witnessing consciousness, till then we will remain hooked to the creation. And what is creation? Manifestation and unmanifestation. Yes, this process is infinite, no doubt. At the totality level, it is infinite, no doubt. But knowing that this process is infinite, how is it going to help me? What am I going to gain out of it? Am I going to succumb to it and say, oh, I give up, I don't understand this infinite process, I think I am meant to suffer this process, sometimes joy, sometimes sorrow, just live like that? Is that the conclusion that I am going to come to? Or I am going to inquire into this whole, is it infinite? And if it is infinite, what then? If self is infinite and creation is infinite, then how can there be two infinites? Then where is my assessment going wrong? This question must come, not just haphazardly accept that the creation is infinite. It requires a different type of disposition and mind, very sharp mind, very refined mind, to always be alert to what we are thinking. See, so here when the teacher says, in fact, the Atma Tattva always knows itself in any state, irrespective of everything. And this was the topic of meditation today. You have heard many times. This is a laptop. I know this is a laptop. I am not the laptop. This is a person. I know this is a person. I am not the person. This is the world. I know this is the world. I am not the world. You understand this one? But here we now introduce one more element within it. This is a laptop. I know this is a laptop. I know that I know this is a laptop. And I am not the laptop. This third one is important now. What is that third one? That I know that I know that I know this is a laptop. So the knowingness is also known. The waker knowing the waking world is also known by the witness behind. This is your daily, every moment experience, direct experience. Again, I am saying, the waker involved in the waking world, I know the world. But who knows that the waker knows the waking world? That yesterday also the waker knew the waking world. Today also the waker is knowing the waking world. Tomorrow also the waker will know the waking world. Who knows? That is the witnessing consciousness. That is your true nature. Waker is not your true nature. Waker is a hat. And then there are sub-hats within the waking of seeing, seer, hearer, toucher, feeler, taster, thinker, knower, experiencer, etc., etc. You're getting it? This witnessing consciousness is the one who knows its own essential nature. So our attempt or our disposition or our poise should always be to be this witnessing consciousness under all the circumstances. Where is the variety? In the mind. Where is the subject object? In the mind. Where is the I and aham and idam? In the mind. Where is past, present, future? In the mind. Where is knowing and not knowing? In the mind. Where is waking dream and deep sleep? In the mind. Who knows all this? That you are. But sometimes the circumstances, emotions, the names and forms become so intense because of our value giving that we forget we are the witness and we take on a role and lose the plot. And this is the tapasya. Not to lose the plot and continue to be the witnessing consciousness. What does that mean? Not be influenced by what is going on in the mind. Not be influenced, if that is difficult, then not be influenced by what is going on in the world. And that is your first step. Yama niyama. Do not disturb the world, don't get disturbed by the world. First step, and you are there. You don't have to do the rest 7 steps. They automatically happen. But take a cup of tea. Coffee will excite you, create rajas. Take a cup of tea, sit down and think about it. That who am I really? Assess yourself, assess your life, assess your world. Assess how this mind is functioning, which is a play of subject and object. If someone, and you are assessing the game of subject and object, then, or the waker and the waking world, then someone is knowing that this assessment is going on. In someone's light, someone is illuminating this assessment, isn't it? Someone is illuminating this discrimination. Be that. Swamiji says, expressed in another way, the supreme consciousness that I am is always illuminating. That is my true nature. My nature is not waking dream and deep sleep. My nature is that of illumination. My nature is not that of ignorance. My nature is that of illumination. Illumination means light. Light means consciousness. Consciousness means knowledge. So there has never been a moment that I have not been aware, that I have not been conscious. If you accept that truly, then in your vocabulary, I am ignorant, I don't know, this will go out. Or it is told with awareness that, okay, for the relative level, you will use it, but you don't make that statement your own. Because you know, you can see the fallacy in that statement. Why? Because you are the witness in consciousness, and as consciousness, there is nothing that is not known. And it does not mean that because consciousness is all knowingness, does not mean that all knowledge has to happen at the same time. That is also stupidity. The manifestation of that all knowing consciousness is moment by moment. If at this moment, you and me are coming across each other, then this knowledge is taking place. Where's the problem with it? If your attention is on the body, then the body knowledge is taking place. Next moment, your thought is on some emotion, then knowledge of that emotion is taking place. Then the thought is going to some memory, then the knowledge of that memory is taking place. Some knowledge is always taking place, every moment. That is the manifestation of that or the appearance of that consciousness in that particular manner at that particular moment. And what is that? Subject, object, and instrument of knowledge, Triputi. and the knowingness which is the result of that Tripudi. It cannot help seeing, just as the mirror cannot stop reflecting irrespective of what it reflects. This is the truth about ourselves. In spite of knowing the self, the mind will continue to function. It will continue to go to sleep, wake, dream, feel the emotions, feel the hunger, feel the itch, feel the discomfort, feel whatever that particular moment uh, uh, makes happen, it will happen. If an angry person comes in front of mirror, in mirror also you will see an angry person. If there is rain going on, then you will see rain in the mirror. That mind where there is no ownership, where there is no I, is consciousness itself. It becomes like the mirror. Because what is the truth? Nobody has been able to, even scriptures say, we cannot tell you what is the truth. We can only indicate it. Here is one Mahatma, Jnaneshwar Maharaj, who is putting pen to paper and giving us what his direct experience of truth is. And he's not saying it just to just because he has a pen and he has a mouth and he's saying it and writing it. No. In so much detail he has given. That can only come out of that truth is of the nature of love, unconditional love. That unconditional love is expressing as compassion towards us. That, hey guys, you are also that which I am, where I am. You are also the truth. Don't live in this default of I am ignorant, that I am an individual, that I am incomplete, that I don't know how many lifetimes it's going to take me to realize. I think I have to do a lot of sadhana. I am not a saint. I am a married person. All this, whatever. N number of excuses not to accept that we are the infinite one, that we are the pure self, untouched, uncorrupted, sinless, free of all sorrows. Unborn, undying, we are that one. The mirror cannot stop reflecting irrespective of what it reflects. It has got no choice whether a good person comes or a bad person comes, whether an ugly person comes or a smart person comes, intelligent person comes in front of it or dud person comes in front of it. Whether there is fire or whether there is rain, whether it is day or whether it is night, mirror cannot do anything. It is helpless. Helpless in the sense, I don't take that word negatively. It has choiceless existence. It continues to reflect whatever comes in front of it. Same thing is happening with our mind also. Something or the other always is coming in front of it. Whether we are in waking, dream or deep sleep. Whether we are in micro or macro, something is always coming. The instruments of knowledge are not selective about what they see, hear, etc., nor do they have any purpose. What are the instruments of knowledge? What are the instruments of knowledge?
Seeing, hearing, holding.
Good. The Panchendriyas, seeing, hearing, touching, feeling, tasting, and thinking. The 6 senses. So these are the instruments of knowledge. And what is it saying? That they are not selective about what they see, hear, touch, etc. Are you selective about what is coming in front of your eyes? We say, oh, we have selective hearing, we have selective seeing. That's in a general sense. The bird is chirping out there. What choice do you have but to hear it? I am blabbering here. What choice do you have? Now you are in front of the screen. Yeah, choice is there. I will put the audio off. But then still hearing will not stop, because then the husband will start speaking or the wife will start speaking. To avoid that, you came to the screen. So chalo satsang sunte hain. So eyes' job is only to illuminate. Just like mirror's job is only to reflect, eyes' job is only to illuminate. Whatever comes in front of it. And they never get attached to it. That is the beauty. Catch this about yourself. None of the senses, when they illuminate their respective stimuli, whatever comes in front of it, whatever is reflected or whatever they illuminate, they do not get attached to it. And don't stop there. What was the 6th sense? The mind. Mind also does not get attached to any thought. The parade of thoughts is coming and going. Mind does not say, no, this thought is very nice, I will hold on to it. Oh, I am good, I am good, I am good, I am positive, I am positive, I am positive. These are also not one continuous thought. These are many thoughts. So mind also is not addicted, not attached, not insisting. It's also a mirror. Thoughts are coming, thoughts are going. Thoughts are coming, thoughts are going. And remember, what is a thought? Subject, object, and instrument of knowledge. The triputi, the triad. The instruments of knowledge are not selective about what they see, hear, etc., nor do they have any purpose. Do eyes have any purpose? Does mirror have any purpose in reflecting whatever comes in front of it? Is it adding value to what it is reflecting? The mirror, I'm saying. Is the mirror adding value to what is reflected? Is the mirror reflecting for its own purpose? No. Is the mirror reflecting to keep a knowledge bank or memory bank for itself? I'll compare what is coming now. This fellow came yesterday and this fellow is coming today. Let me see. Is he the same person or has he changed? No, mirror is just reflecting. So also the mind. Every day the triputi of waker, waking world and waking experiencer, experience, a dreamer, dream world and dream experience, and the absence of the two, these 3 events are coming and getting reflected on the mirror of the mind and going away. Does mind have any purpose? Just like the senses had no purpose in illuminating the various stimuli, mind also has got no purpose in illuminating all the triads. This is the point where people or sadhakas go into depression. Oh, I'm living purposeless life. Yes. Again, I came. That's why the depression came. But look at it as the witness. Yes, that is the truth. That is how it is all going on. Just like the truth is knowing less knowing, realization less realization. The whole creation is nothing but happening less happening, creation less creation. We have heard all these statements. Same way, reflection is going on, but nothing is going on. Nothing is happening. Purposeless purpose. It is just their nature to see, hear, etc. It is only the fictitious personality called the Chidabhasa that thinks it in terms of struggling to achieve. It is this reflected consciousness. What is this reflected consciousness? It expresses as the I, because it associates itself with all the stimuli. Therefore, a question of survival and a question of realization comes to it. That is why we have come to the scriptures. That is why we have come to the satsang. Why? For us, the world is more real than the truth itself. We have still not accepted truth am I. So just as eye's job is to illuminate the color and form, and the various senses have their job to illuminate their respective stimuli, similarly, mind's job is to illuminate, meaning in the mind, uh, 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 yeah, the mind's job is to illuminate the waking, dream, and deep sleep, is to illuminate the Triputi. But how? It is its nature. The eyes will never listen. They will only illuminate the color and form. They can never illuminate sound. Ears cannot illuminate smell. It can only illuminate sound. See? So rather than I am the listener, I am the knower, I am the thinker, I am the all the seeing, hearing, touching, I am, be the witness of whatever is going on. Don't divide it into good or bad, likes or dislikes. Even if it's the most dirtiest thought that is coming to your mind, be a mere witness. Let it pass away, because its journey, if it has come into your mind, it will go away also. Your data tells you that already, that whatever comes to the mind has to go out of the mind. Any thought that comes into the mind has to go out of the mind. Any emotion that comes to the mind has to go out of the mind. That is your data, even now. So persevere and be the observer, be the witness. Neither trying to attach yourself to anything, nor trying to detach yourself from anything. Just observe that this is the phenomena that is going on. It is the nature of the pure self to manifest as knowingness and sentiency. It is the nature of the pure self to express as knowingness, this knowledge. What is that knowledge? The knower known, seer seen. That seeing is the knowledge, that knowing is the knowledge. It's going on. Let it go on. I am seer. Why you are bringing that into it? Why you are falling down from your high pedestal? You are the witness of everything that is going on, and the moment you give value and importance to any event or anything, immediately you fall down from that pedestal. The moment man gives importance to the wife, he falls down from the pedestal of man to husband. See? Similarly, that consciousness which is ever free, independent, all-knowing, the moment it gives value and importance to something, immediately it falls down to the pedestal of individuality. From there, it falls down to the level of seer, hearer, toucher, feeler, etc., etc. There are various stages in between. Individuality, then it becomes the I, then it becomes the I with reference to the waking, dream and deep sleep, that I am the waker, I am the dreamer, I am the sleeper. Then in the waking it becomes the I am this body only. Then from that I am this body only, it again falls down as I am the thinker, I am the feeler, I am the seer, hearer, toucher, feeler, taster. It further falls down. What is that final falling down? I am the father, I am the mother, I am the daughter, I am the sister, I am this. How many falls? Now you have to, oh my God, I have got so much weight, I'm carrying so much weight. How will I climb the rope back to my original self? Oh, it is so hard. When we are studying Vedanta or when we are studying the Jnaneshwar Maharaj's commentary, there is no struggling. It's only accepting. But accepting also is a struggle. That's your problem. When you are listening to this commentary and the explanation of it does it seem difficult? It's as if, yes, it's so natural, it is so true, whatever is being said. Where is the struggle? There's no struggle. Neither I am feeling the struggle in explanation, nor you are feeling the struggle in understanding. So where is the struggle? If you try to remember it, then it is a struggle. So while listening, be it. Be fully available. The knowingness knows both the sentiency and the inertia. That witness knows the sentiency, that is the subject, and it knows the inertia or the inert, that is the object. Witness knows both. It knows both the subject as well as the object. Subject is the sentient one and object is the insentient one, inert one. Object is that where there is no life expressing, and sentient is that where life is the life itself. So long as knowingness is manifested, there will be the gross world, As long as knowledge is expressing or knowingness is expressing, till then there will be gross world, means the variety will be there. Then the gross world is absorbed in the knowingness. This is going on. Then where does the whole world go back? After the waking is over, where does the waking world go? Does it go to the dream world? No. Does it go to the deep sleep world? No. Then where does it go back? From where it came? Where did it come? It goes back to the conscious self. It goes back to the witnessing consciousness. That is its source. The world hasn't come out of nothing. But we said somewhere when we were studying that it came out of nothing. That was then. So that your mind gets formulated and starts thinking in a particular way. Here Jnaneshwar is saying that the whole thing, the whole world has come out of the eternal knower. Then this gross world is absorbed in the knowingness. This is going on by sitting quiet, by letting the mind bathe in the light of wisdom. It will get out of this triad of one's own creation. This triad, the game of subject, object, and instrument of knowledge. When did it begin? The moment you gave value to some object, from that time it has begun. See? Then what has to be done? Just sit quiet. Just watch. Without getting influenced. Without getting swayed by the thoughts, by the images, by the sounds, by the experience, by the memories. How long? As long as it is required. 1 day, 2 days, 1 month. If you do for 1 month, oh my God. Within 15-20 days, you will see a remarkable difference in your disposition. Automatically, you will be very quiet. Provided we don't react to what is coming in the mind. Because mind is vomiting out everything. Actually, it is only reflecting. Some idiot had taken possession of that and said, all this experience is mine. All that is reflecting is mine. Every object is mine. Every impression is mine. Every happening is mine. This body is mine. This other body is mine as way of wife. That other body is mine by way of my children. And it kept collecting the data, kept collecting. But we get the human life. Here it is not, this is not the topic, but the human life is for emptying yourself, not filling up yourself. If you want to fill up yourself, fill up with consciousness. But we don't know what consciousness is because it's infinite. Infinite cannot be known. So only option left is empty yourself. Chitta vritti nirodha. That's what it is. Empty yourself. If you try to take every object and empty yourself, it will take lifetimes. Then what is the way of major flushing, hose pipe cleaning? Remain the witness. And if you remain the witness, remain silent to what is going on around us, to what is going on in our mind, very quickly, within few weeks, everything is flushed out. Without you doing anything, all you are doing is watching. Just be alert and vigilant not to get influenced by what is getting flushed out. It can be the most sensual of thoughts. It can be the most ugliest of thoughts or emotion. Just keep watching. And not watching what is coming out. Be attentive of being the observer. That all this is going on in the presence of someone. That someone I am. Your attention is not, if you give attention to what is coming out, you will get attached to it. The I will get attached to it. Here you are redefining the I. You are trying to recognize that you are the witness I and not the identified I. Seer and seen, the seer is identified with the seen. Knower and known, known is because of the knower is because of the known, and known is because of the knower. Just now in this whole analysis we saw that there is no requirement of knower or seer, or everything is getting reflected anyway. Why become the possessor of whatever is illumined by any sense or by the mind? Why you want to become the owner of it? Don't be the owner of the object. Don't be the owner of the Triputi. As we go within, don't be the owner of Triputi. Don't be the owner of waking, dream and deep sleep. Just recognize the phenomena as the phenomena. That's it. Difficult? No. Understood? This is going on by sitting quiet, by letting the mind bathe in the light of wisdom. Mind should not be, if the mind is thinking about what the mind is flushing out in that witnessing, then you are bathing in the data. It will lead to aberrations in your mind. If your attention is on in whose light all this flushing is taking place, all these thoughts are coming and going, emotions are coming and going, all the stimuli are coming, whose light? Your attention is on that light. That is the light of wisdom. That is the witnessing consciousness, which is essentially the pure consciousness. Triputi is when this fellow is like this. This is Triputi. This is the witness. And when this data becomes a bit less as a result of witnessing, as a result of being attentive of the witnessing consciousness, and not giving value to these, their march becomes slower and slower and slower. As this becomes slower, this fellow goes back to its original nature, meaning it is always this, but it was this as the witness with a reference to this. This was this because of identification with this, idam. But this fellow is always the same. How there is seeing going on without there being a seer, without any purpose, is explained through some examples in the next two OVs. Jnaneshwar Maharaj is he understands. We are finding difficulty or making it more and more clear through examples and his love for humanity for the seekers. He wants to just give it to you on a plate. Even more. Here what does he say? मनोरथांची देशांतरे मनी कल्पूनी वरे मगते थे आदरे hide jaisa. Just as a person with the help of the mind joyfully travels in the fantasy land. First example, how something is going on yet nothing is going on, how everything is getting illumined without any purpose. Here first example, how a person with taking the help of the mind joyfully travels in the fantasy land and then gives it up. Is there a dream world? No. Is there that dreamland? No. Are there the dream persons? No. Yet he goes into all that. One can imagine the sights, scenes, smells, sounds, and different places as vividly as one were there, as if one were there. All these different experiences can be conjured up just with this one mind. Another example. का दाटला डोळा डोळिया डोळाची तारा होऊनिया स्फुरे चोख म्हणोनिया विस्मयो नाही. If the eyeball is pressed, the eye sees itself as a bright star, and there is nothing surprising about it. When the eyeball is pressed, one sees stars. The stars are only modifications of the same eyeball. The seer is also the same eye. So, a duality of seer-seen is created without any real duality. So, there is nothing surprising about the self, just as the mind goes to any distant place or the eye sees something which is not other than the eye itself. Press this eye. I can see 3 laptops now. 2-3 laptops. And 2-3 of my images. 2-3 of you. Those whom I can see. Is it real? No. So just merely by pressing the eyeball, I have created multiplicity. Just by pressing the eyeball. Just by my own mind, I can create a fancy world. Is there a purpose of the multiple laptops with multiple images of you and me? Is there any purpose? But when I press that and I see these multiple laptops and multiple reflections, it's real, no? But when I press it, I see it. Is there any purpose? So also, everything that you are seeing, hearing, touching, feeling, thinking has got no purpose. That means whatever I have been doing till now is purposeless. Yes. So I became a doctor, I became a sannyasi, I became an engineer, I became everything. I became a father, I became a wife, I became a husband. All purposeless. Yes. Be ready to take that bitter pill. Everything is purposeless. Then who is making it so important, so valuable? In the name of duty, in the name of sadhana, in the name of God, this stupid ego. Vedanta is the direct path to be yourself. no aberrations, no in between. No long cut. It's not a long cut. Straight catch the nose. No long way of holding the nose, going in the roundabout way. Another example is taken. या लागी एके चिद रूपे देखिजो की आरोपे आपणया आपणपे Kayakaza. Therefore, we say that the same Atma Tattva sees itself or the superimposed objective world or the superimposed objective world. Therefore, there is no point in asking the question as to why and how the pure consciousness can see itself as the seer as well as the seen. There is no reason. This is the game going on. How is the sun expressing as the heat and light? There is no answer to it. That is its nature. Why the eyes are seeing and not hearing? It is the nature of the eyes. Why the mind is dividing itself into the triputi, seers, the subject, object, and the instrument? That is its nature. How is consciousness becoming the subject and the object? That is its nature. Why did Paramashiva become Shiva Shakti? That is happening. There is no question why. There is no reason. The pure consciousness is one without a second, whether there is seeing without becoming a seer or it is seeing becoming the seer, that is its nature. So whether you are identified or not identified with the object, whether the subject is identified with the object or not identified with the object, whether the subject is identified with the object or not identified with the object, this subject is always of the nature of truth. Substrat, because there is substratum, because there is pure self, therefore subject-object game is going on. And that subject-object game is nothing but the self. One alone is appearing as the two. So whether you accept that if you want to do the sadhana, I am the witness, okay. At times you are identified with the objects. What can you do? It is going on. But you are always this one. You are always the supreme reality. Whether there is seeing without becoming a seer or it is seeing becoming the seer, that is its nature. Example. You see the wife, you become the husband. At other times, you are sitting there and the wife says, hello, no response. Hello, no response. Till she screams, then the response comes. Then the husband wakes up. See? So whether there is identification or no identification, in deep sleep there is no identification. In waking and dream there is identification. In waking there is gross identification. In dream there is subtle identification. But what we have just read and understood, that whether it is waking or dream or deep sleep, there is no identification. It is just a happening. But if you believe that there is some attachment, some identification taking place, so be it. That is its nature. Don't get disturbed by that. You remain the witnessing one. That is its nature. There is no logic to it. Therefore, there is no need to attribute any cause to this world. So don't get caught up in cause and effect. People keep saying, Swamiji, yesterday someone told me, Swamiji, yesterday when I got up in the morning, I lighted the lamp and I came out of my house and I saw a small tulsi plant growing right in front of my door. It is God's grace. And Swamiji, on the Shivratri day, I went to the back door and I was going to collect the flowers and I saw another tulsi plant. How auspicious, what a wonderful day that the Tulsi Mata manifested in my backyard. So Tulsi Mata becomes the cause and your happiness becomes the effect. Caught up. Caught up. Someone called me, Swamiji, yesterday I was sitting in my temple and in my temple room and I was trying to light a lamp and I tried it first time, second time, third time, fourth time, fifth time. So 6 times I tried and I put the ghee, I put the oil, but the wick will not catch the flame. The flame will not light. In the end, I got exhausted and I just left it and I came out. And when I came out, I got a phone call and someone whom I knew who was 88 years old, and I heard that she has passed away. I think that is why the lamp was not lighting up. Cause and effect. The moment we start thinking in these terms, we are accepting the relativity as reality. The moment we divide the world into cause and effect, this fellow who is the independent one or the real one is becoming identified. And the more instances like this we create in our life, the more difficult it becomes to separate this fellow away. Or the more difficult it becomes to have a clear picture that I am the witness, not the identified one. And everywhere we are looking, even in this, I think because I ate sattvic food or because I did not eat for last 14 hours, therefore I was able to sit quietly in meditation and the meditation happened very nicely. I was able to witness myself. Again, food became the cause and the meditation became the effect. Pathetic. Don't have such a dialogue within to undermine your potentiality, true potentiality. You are independent. You are not dependent on anything. No, you're not dependent on concepts, you're not dependent on emotions, you're not dependent on any stimuli. You're independent in spite of them. Therefore, there is no need to attribute any cause to this world. The more one keeps a distance from the world, the more the Shuddha Chaitanya will reveal itself. The more we keep the distance from the world, meaning more the distance we keep from the objects, meaning the lesser we identify with the objects, meaning very difficult to do all this. That is why see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. How long will you keep covering this one, that one, this one, that one. Then be the witness. Witness means that consciousness which is uninfluenced by the stimuli. Not being a witness means ego. Not being a witness means you are identified, influenced, desirous of the stimuli. Being the witness means like the mirror. That example came before. That's a witness. What is that? Accepting everything, rejecting nothing, and retaining nothing. That is being a witness. If we maintain that position of accepting everything, rejecting nothing, retaining nothing, this march of objectivity will keep becoming slower and slower and slower and slower and eventually vanish. The moment it becomes vanish, a critical moment comes as it is reducing in its momentum. This fellow, the witness, goes back to recognize itself as the pure self. This is only for way of explanation. This fellow is the pure self. Everything is the pure self. But because we are caught up here, so we are creating this sequence so that we can understand where we are caught up. What is meant by the statement that the expansion of the pure consciousness as knower known knowledge is its nature? This is explained through examples in the next 4 OVs. See how beautiful. Jnaneshwar Maharaj is not leaving to chance that you have understood. What does it mean that knower known knowledge, seer seen seeing, hearer heard hearing, thinker thought thinking, Triputi? What does it mean that the one alone is appearing as the triad? That one alone is expressing as the Triputi, and that is its nature, to express as Triputi. What does it mean? किळेचे पांघुरण रत्ना उपजवी कोण की सोने ते सोनेपण जोड जोडू. Who has enveloped the jewel with brightness, or the gold has added goldness? Who has covered the diamond with brightness? That is its own nature. So also, no one has added goldness to the gold. The goldness of the gold is its nature. The goldness of the gold, the yellowishness of the gold is the nature of the gold. Nobody has added from outside to the gold. Nobody has added the luster to the diamond from outside. It is its nature. Just like heat and light is the nature of the sun. Just like seeing is the nature of the mind, of the eyes. Hearing is the nature of the ears. Thinking is the nature of the mind. Nobody has introduced that into these faculties. Has someone introduced the rays in the sun? Now, sun, I am giving you the rays. Now you express as the sun rays. No, it is its nature. Similarly, the expansion of pure consciousness as Triputi is its nature. It's liberating when you think that way. You don't have to identify, अरे हो रहा है चलने दो, game, let the game go on. Then there's no question of guilt, there's no question of regret. Nothing. Why? Everything is going on. क्या फर्क पड़ता है, चल रहा है सब कुछ. Another example, चंदन सौरभ वेढ़ी की सुधा आपणया कबाढ़ी की गूढ़ साखे गोढ़ी ऐसे आई आथी है. He says, has the sandalwood taken the fragrance from somewhere else? Or is it possible that the nectar increases its own immortality, or the jaggery tastes its own sweetness? Is it that the sun experiences its own heat and light? Is it that the water experiences its wetness, or the gold experiences its yellowness and brightness, diamond its luster? Is it that consciousness experiences the Triputi? Oh, but just now you said, be the witness. That was for you, who has not come to be the pure consciousness. When you want to do something with the Triputi, then the sadhana comes. When you accept the Triputi as the vibhuti of the pure consciousness, when you accept the Triputi as the glory of the self, then nothing needs to be done. When you accept the fatherness, the sonness, the husbandness to be the glory of the man, then you will not become disturbed by expression of father, son and husband. Then you will play the game. It's going on. You will watch. अच्छा अब क्या होने वाला है, अब क्या होने वाला है. You will not get caught up in anything, because it's the glory of the man to express the various roles. Just as is the glory of the consciousness, it's the nature of the consciousness. And what is this expression of the consciousness? What is this creation of the consciousness as the Triputi? It's creationless creation. What is the manifestation of the water as ocean and waves? It is creationless creation, isn't it? What is the manifestation of gold as ornaments? It's creationless creation. Mud into various pots, creationless creation. Take this position and move through this world. And don't be afraid if people call you mad. Be ready for that. I'm just joking. First is your partner will call you mad. Forget about the world. And this is the fact. This is our observation. This is our knowledge. When the master like this is speaking to us and we are listening to it, we cannot deny it, because he is showing what we were unable to see ourselves, isn't it? These all are their own essential nature. There is no cause and effect. Everything is that one alone. So there is no cause and effect. Cause and effect is talked about only in the terms of relativity, when we take relativity as real. Now we'll do one more, two more. Furthermore, की उजाळावे किळे कापुरा पुटी दिधले की ताऊनी ऊन केले आगीते काई. Or has the camphor been created by whiteness, or has the fire been heated to make it hot? Yet another example, नाना ते लता आपुले वेली गुडाळता घर करी न करिता जया परी. Or the creeper coils itself around itself and as the creates a home for itself without actually creating one. The creeper goes on growing and winding around itself in such a way that it appears to have created a home for itself, although it did not intend to create a house for itself. It happened effortlessly, a creation without being created. Remember what I was saying? Creationless creation. In the same way, in the isness, the existence, all the parameters of purpose, intention, reason, cause, effect, etc. get totally dissolved. Come back to be the substratum. That is the main point here. And in that substratum, in that witnessing, everything starts getting dissolved. And you know, where there is less and less reference, there is maximum happiness. In deep sleep, there are no references, maximum happiness. Remain conscious. And here is a concrete data for you. Lesser the references, lesser the specificity, lesser the stimuli, more is the joy and bliss, as in deep sleep. Then if we have that data, why do we not consciously recreate a disposition within our mind where we are free of all data consciously? Why do we insist that the bliss and joy comes only through reference? Only through food, only through children, only through grandchildren, only through money, only through memories. Why do we insist when your data is contrary to it? And every day you are being exposed to that data. In the same way, in the isness, that is the total existence, the existence itself, all the parameters of purpose, intention, reason, cause, effect, etc. get totally dissolved. When we want to know the purpose, we are caught up in the individuality, but the river running towards the ocean has no purpose except that it is its nature to get back to its own source. And that is why you were born, so that we can come back to the source that we are. That's why you are in a satsang, to recognize that you are the source, and first accept that you are the source and allow the river of the mind to merge back into its source. It will happen eventually. First, it is relative knowledge, intellectual knowledge, that I am of the nature of consciousness, I am the supreme, I am the infinite consciousness. Who is knowing this? This fellow is knowing this. How is he knowing it? Through concepts, ideas. How? With faith. It's all this comes into this world only. And with this knowledge, he is redefining, okay, I am of the nature of consciousness. But then why? Okay, remain a witness to all that is going on. And this dissolution of data and it going back to being the original, it's happening every night. It's happening between every two thoughts. It's happening between every two breaths. But we are so insistent that we don't want to accept. So here Jnaneshwar Maharaj is advising us not to live at a cause and effect level, accept everything as it is. It is just like that. Why is the sun hot? That is its nature. Why the moon is cool? That is its nature. Why the eyes are seeing? That is its nature. Why the wife is like this? That is her nature. Why the husband is like this? That is his nature. Why the world is like this? This is how it is. Why there are wars? It is like that only. Why there is peace? It is like that only. Don't try to find cause and effect. Just accept. We'll be doing a great service to ourselves by remaining the witness. How the pure consciousness with its potentiality to manifest expresses without effort is stated with an example that we will see in our next class. 170th verse we will begin next class. And in this manner, the teacher Jnaneshwar Maharaj is prodding us with statements supported by various examples and his direct experience. That, hey, it is not difficult. Follow this line of contemplation. Look into the various examples and be. Don't become. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Just sit quietly for a moment. Hari Om.